Former President Barack Obama just made a rare public statement condemning Donald Trump and his administration, and sparks are gonna fly. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. As Epstein-gate drags on into one of the strangest and most repulsive political scandals of the past 100 years, Donald Trump continues to run for cover and look for any kind of distraction he can. That includes doing a tap dance on the White House roof earlier this week. For real. See our other videos here on the channel for more on that bizarre episode. And now, part of that distraction involves Trump trying to relitigate the 2016 and 2020 elections, claiming that Democrats tried to frame him for Russian collusion and rig the elections. Take a look.
The Justice Department now tapping a grand jury to look into the intelligence community's assessment of what was happening with Russia. Is that you have nothing to do with directing the Justice Department?
No, I have nothing to do. Pam is doing a great job. I have nothing to do with it. I will tell you this, they deserve it. I was happy to hear it.
Multiple reports say Bondi has directed DOJ prosecutors to present evidence to a grand jury, evidence that allegedly shows Obama administration officials politicized intelligence reports about Russia's involvement in the 2016 election.
The implications of this are far-reaching.
National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard last month released a series of documents. She claimed they prove that the 2016 intelligence assessment had significant tradecraft failings and was unnecessarily rushed and subjected to inadequate review and coordination.
They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
The they Gabbard references includes former CIA Director John Brennan, former National Intelligence Director James Clapper, and former FBI Director James Comey. In a New York Times opinion article last week, Clapper and Brennan pushed back, writing, "That is patently false. In making those allegations, they seek to rewrite history. We want to set the record straight, and in doing so, sound a warning." Gabbard's conclusions seek to cast doubt on previous findings that were reviewed and accepted by Democrats and Republicans, including Trump's current Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who was then vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
All of this evidence that's been hidden and buried from the American people is finally coming to light.
By the way, can we talk about Maria Bartiromo's medallion there? Is she trying to telegraph to all of us that she's a vampire? Why can't MAGA come up with a conspiracy theory on that one? But I digress. In case that clip made you angry, stick around. This report ends with some catharsis. Spoiler alert. As the Republican Party under President Taco continues to erode our checks and balances and engage in partisan gerrymandering, so many Americans, and non-Americans alike, have to wonder, where the hell are the other former presidents in this mess? Why does George W. Bush not try to wrangle his own party? Why don't Bill Clinton and Barack Obama speak out against Trump? Well, to answer that question, there is an unspoken tradition in American politics dating all the way back to George Washington. That is, retired former presidents keep quiet. And now that is changing. Tired of seeing his legacy attacked, Barack Obama has made a rare public statement condemning Trump and his attacks on our democracy.
Democracy is not self-executing. It requires people, judges, and people in the Justice Department, and people throughout the government who take an oath to uphold the Constitution. It requires them to take that oath seriously, and when that isn't happening, we start drifting into something that is not consistent with American democracy. It is consistent with autocracies. It's consistent with Hungary under Orban. It's consistent with places that hold elections but do not otherwise observe what we think of as a fair system in which everybody's voice matters and people have a seat at the table and there are checks and balances and nobody's above the law.
Good Lord, that man is a class act. The most articulate and thoughtful president of my lifetime, and easily the best president in at least 60 years. No wonder he gets under the skin of Republicans. No wonder J.D. Vance makes speeches talking about how immigrants and the foreign-born and their children can never really be American. No wonder Trump consistently makes racist dog whistles to his supporters. These men know they aren't half the man Barack Obama is, and they'll be lucky to accomplish anything as close to what he did, and that's with them breaking all the rules to get things done. Watching this, I'm reminded of something President Nixon supposedly said in his final days. This story may be apocryphal, but it illustrates the point. Nixon, half drunk, walked up to a painting of President Kennedy and said, "When they look at you, they see what they could be. When they look at me, they see what they are." America has two mirrors in front of her right now. Barack Obama may not be able to be president ever again, but he can always remind us of the greatness America can achieve. We have a choice to make. To save America, start by remembering how good we can be. Share that with everyone you meet. You could start by sharing this video. This is Occupy Democrats.